my name is Mónica, and I am an actress and an English teacher. And today I am going to show you a very fun and interesting tool. These are called the Lunio Story Cards, and they are particularly useful for English teaching purposes. You can use these cards to create your own board game. So what I do is, for example, let's say that this man wants to get to his house. So we choose the card. Let me find it because, here it is. He wants to get to the house. So we're going to set this as the last card and the goal where he needs to get. So we start here and we start putting cards randomly. This card I really like because it can be pretty much anything. There's a white card. Okay, so this is kind of like, if you can see it, it's kind of like a line, like a way, a road to get to, from the man needs to get to his house. So you establish each card has to have something specific, or not each card, but some of the cards. You can use coins, or you can use these little figurines that you find at the supermarket, I think. Somebody gave it to me, I don't know, but they are super cool and kids usually like them. So you roll the dice, you start here, put your figurines, and it says 4. So you move 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And depends on what you're studying, you can ask the student to create a phrase with the present simple or using the past simple, or give you actions or different adjectives that have to do or that are related to the card. But it's not just that. Let's say that I landed on the butterfly, and before we start the game, you have to establish the rules. So if you land on the butterfly, it's a good thing because the butterfly flies to the flower. So then it's like advancing, right? Then if you land, for example, on the anchor, then you have to go back to the boat because it's kind of like, some of them have to go forward and some of them have to go back. So you have to give them some kind of gift to your students, but also some kind of traps. So let's say that they land on the white one. Well, you can establish that the white one has to go back to the time, for example. Or that if you land here on the arrow, you point where it points, that's where you advance to. Okay, so if you landed here, then you move to the telescope because that's where it's pointing. And then my favorite part is towards the end, because if you land here, which is like a wild card, then you immediately go to the house and then you win the game. Of course, this is quite small, but you can make it as big as you want, like I said before, and then you have more room to be creative with this kind of game. So maybe you have the wild card somewhere else, maybe here, so then that gives more, it's more exciting to jump 3 or 4 spaces than just jump 2. But my favorite one is this one. You can use the snake, or you can use, there's also a gun, but some children sometimes don't like the gun, or any kind of card. If you land here, guess what you have to do? You jump back to the beginning and then you start all over again. And if you land on the white one, like I said, you can go to the dragon, or if you land on the helicopter, which flies, it can also be a jump, or you can establish that, for example, the helicopter flies and you can jump 2, or you can fly to 2 cards, right? So then you're here, you go 1 and 2, okay? So if you landed on the helicopter, because it flies, you fly 2, 1, 2. But then you landed on the white one. It depends on what you establish. It can be, the white one can be like nothing, like you just stay there, and you are actually, you don't have to say any sentence, or you can establish it as to move forward or to move backwards. It depends on you, okay? And, well, if you can use any combination of cards. For example, the fish and the ship, or the baby who is looking for the pacifier. So you can also start with the baby here and the pacifier here. It depends on the age. Or you can have the baby jump to the pacifier or go back to the pacifier in the game. Depends what you want. You can also use the knight who wants to fight the dragon, and he wants to, he starts here, and then he has to find the dragon in order to, be friends with, or kill it, or whatever you wish. It's up to you. There's a lot of different possibilities with these cards, which is one reason why I love them. Then you can also have the witch, who is trying to find the wizard, or you can use the chicken and the egg, a combination. Or you can use the mom who is looking for the baby. She's trying to get home to get to the baby. So any combination is possible. It's your own idea and your own, use your creativity to develop this game. And like I said, you can use it to practice any kind of structure. For maybe questions using this word, or maybe present simple or the past simple, or harder structures if you wish. Have fun! There are many things you can do with these cards. Endless possibilities. So don't forget, Lunio Story Cards. You can get them at many places. They were created in 2010, and they are fantastic for language learning, for creativity, developing stories, for theater. For many teachers use them. I use them for both English classes and also for theater. For improv, to develop memory, for younger children to learn colors, numbers, simple vocabulary words. They're easy to carry with you. You can always have them in your pocket. And I highly recommend these Lunio Story Cards.